Shalom, Akims and Iquabs. This is your Hebrew Israelite brother, Mashaba, here in the city of Detroit. We'd like to give all praises and all honors to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of the great millstone that taught us his truth. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom. Welcome to today's lesson. Today's lesson is on he that spared his rod hateth his son. He that spareth his rod hated his son. Okay? And we're on today's subject, okay, because you have a lot of young men out here in the streets. I live here in the city of Detroit. And in the city of Detroit, a lot of these young men, they don't have any respect for us older men. They don't have any respect. They always want to call an old man dog. And they always want to ask an old man, and they always want to tell an old man to come here. Dog, come here. This is what they do. And so, and if an old man don't stop what he's doing and come to him, then they'll start walking toward the old man. Especially if they see an old man enjoying a conversation with young women. Young men hate to see that. They hate seeing an old man got something. He minding his business. He's earned all that he has. A young man gets jealous because the young man don't have a thing. A young man is still dumb, bum, lazy, on the block. You see, and so, and it started off real young with these young guys. They're a bunch of effeminates. 1 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 9. Okay, they're a bunch of effeminates. They was raised by their mamas, big mamas, the auntie, the big sister, a bunch of females in the house. They don't take on the spirit of a man. They take on the spirit of a woman. And that's the reason why they're always trying to act like a woman. They always want to, act rough and tough like a lesbian. And what they really are is like they're male lesbians. Is what they really are. They're male lesbians, And so, but it starts off real young when by there not being a father in the home, okay, to chastise the child while the child is young, okay, and that's what the child needs, especially boys. They need to be chastised while they're young. The Almighty Father, He chastises us, nurtures us with chastisement, okay. You see, so to keep us on point as His sons, you see, as His sons, okay. And so this is the Lord's word. We're going straight on off into it, right? Okay, this is Proverbs chapter 13, verse 24. He that spareth his rod hateth his son. You do, and this is the truth, because by sparing the rod, by not chastising your child when the child needs the rod to be laid upon his behind, whether the rod, the leather belt, the switch, okay, what have you, the shoe you use, the high shoe, whatever you use, you got to spank their behind from time to time, because that's what needs to be done in order to put them in their place. You know what I'm saying? And so, but he that loveth him chastiseth him betimes. You see, this is what you must do. This is what you must do. Betimes. You must chastise him betimes. And I don't mean being namby-pamby slapping him on the wrist, because there comes times when you have to really get into the child's case, okay? And that brings us to Ecclesiastes chapter, I do believe this is chapter 30, verse 12. Chapter 30, verse 12. Let's check it again. Yes. Okay, and it starts off, bow down his neck while he is young, because this is what you must do while they're young. You have to instill within them to fear their parents in the way of a caring type of a loving type of a fear. Just like we must learn to fear the Lord. And by doing so, we be obedient because we fear the Lord. We know that the fearing of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. Same way with our children. They too have to fear us. And so that way they can receive us. Okay? And be obedient and not be rebellious. Okay? And beat him on the sides. Okay? Because this is what you got to do to a disobedient child. You know, if this is what you got to do to a disobedient child, then according to the scriptures, it's not child abuse. While he is a child, you see, and beat him on the sides while he is a child, lest he wax stubborn. You see, that means he wouldn't want to do anything. You say then he'd just be a lazy, damn, dumb young bum. You see, and you don't need a lazy, damn, dumb young bum. You see, why? Because the Lord has it in His Word what you're supposed to do in order to handle a lazy, damn, dumb ass, stubborn ass bum of a disobedient son, and be disobedient unto thee. You see? Because that's what he would do. He would be lazy, stubborn, disobedient, unwilling to participate in the family functions, unwilling to help and assist the family. He would be a dysfunctioning part of society, a loser, lazy, loafing, okay? He would just be a lowlife, you see, and a criminal of society, you see, a breach of society, you see. And so you can't have that. No. And so bring sorrow to thine heart. And that's what he would do. He would bring sorrow to thy heart. He would have you feeling very sorrowful and down and out. And you wouldn't be able to say anything good about your son. Anytime the conversation comes up, people talking about their sons and the good thing their sons are doing, you wouldn't be able to say anything good about yours. Nothing. My son, he's just so good. He broke in such house down the street. Yeah, stole all their goods and carjacked them, and he raped the other girl around the corner. And sucker punched and forced her to have sex. Yeah, well, you can't speak good about no son like that. You just simply can't. Chastise thy son. The Lord makes it clear in verse 13. He makes it clear. He said, chastise thy son. You see? And hold him to labor. That means make him work. Make his butt work. You understand? Don't let him just lay around eating up all the cereal, drinking up all the milk, eating up all the eggs, and eating up all the beef sausages and the turkey bacon and just no. Make him get up and work. Make him earn his keep. Remember, the word says, the Lord says, if a man don't work, then the man don't eat. He can't eat. A man don't work, then a man can't eat. The Lord makes it clear. Least his lewd behavior, because that's what he would have. He would have lewd behavior. You see, he wouldn't be acting right. He'd be behaving dysfunctional to everybody else. You see, and he'd be antisocial to everybody that is good and proper, and he'll be a best friend and a buddy to every low-life, dumb young bum criminal and worthless hooligan. You see, lest his lewd behavior be an offense unto thee. You see, and that's what it would be. It would be an offense. You see. Better is the poor being sound and strong of constitution than a rich man that is afflicted in his body. You see, you know, that's pretending to something else. And so, you see, lest his lewd behavior be an offense unto thee. And that's what it would be. His lewd behavior would be an offense. You see, and you wouldn't be able to count on him for anything. You know, what can you count on him for? To do what? You see, he would only be a problem all the time, every time. He wouldn't want to do right, be right. You see, you couldn't count on him. You see, and before you know it, he'll be wanting to attack you. You see, he'll be wanting to attack you and getting physical and violent with you. You see, so but the Lord has it, clear. He has made it clear as to what to do dealing with such a son. You see, and it has it right here in His Word, Deuteronomy. This is Deuteronomy chapter 21, verse 18. Yeah, verse 18 through 21. We're getting right to it. Getting down to it. And this is verse 18. If a man have a stubborn and rebellious son. You see, the Lord makes it clear. This is what you ought to do. When you're a father, you want your blood lineage to pass down from you to your son, from your son to your grandchildren, your grandson, and so forth, and great-grandson, and great-great-grandson, and so forth. You want to make sure that you put forth a legacy of your family blood, of y'all being hardworking, loving, nurturing, and teaching, and preaching, and all the different things. You don't want a lazy, damn dumb, stubborn young bum, a rebellious son. You see, which will not obey the voice of his father. You see, if he don't obey the father, the don. If he don't obey the father, the voice of the father, then you know right there, the father is the authority figure of the household. And if the son can't obey the father, obey the father, the voice of the father, you know that's a problem. Or the voice of his mother. He don't even obey her. He don't obey his parents at all. And that when they have chastised him, will not hearken. He will not hearken unto them. He won't even care. He won't even listen to nothing that they have to say. You see? Then shall his father and his mother lay hold of him. I mean, grab hold of this fool. Okay. Shake this fool down, grab hold of this fool, and bring him out unto the elders of the city. Okay? Bring him out to the elders of the city, and that would be those in the city that are elders, that are good, righteous men of the Lord. You see? Righteous men of the Lord. And see what they say. And see, so that means we're taking it to the scriptures. When you do that, you're taking it to the scriptures. Okay? And unto the gate of his place. You see? And they shall say unto the elders of his city, this our son is stubborn and rebellious. He will not obey our voice. He is a glutton and a drunkard. You see? He's a glutton and a drunkard. That means he's sitting up eating up all the food. He just lazy ass eating up all the food, the chitlins, the pig feet, the hog maws. You know what I'm saying? He eating up everything. He eating up and bringing strange food into the house. He bringing pork into the house, cooking it up. eating it up, using the utensils to do so. He's doing all kinds of rebellious stuff, And in this day and age, he got all types of foul women coming through. He got all types of out of order friends coming through. They stealing stuff, stealing out the house. All kind of things he doing. You know what I'm saying? And he yelling and he raising his voice, intimidating the father and the mother. You know what I'm saying? Intimidating everybody else in the house and stuff. He wants to fight, be violent. He wants to drink and be a drunkard. All these things, is being addressed. He wants to disrespect the neighbors and everything. All these things need to be addressed. And all the men of his city shall stone him with stones, that he die. You see? That he died. That he died. You see? Stone him to death. That's what's supposed to be done. Stone him to death. And in this day and age, what happens? You shoot him to death. You shoot that fool to death. They trade in the stones for hot lead. And you shoot that fool to death. So shalt thou put evil away from among you. You see? Because it's evil and wicked to be a dumb, lazy, stubborn, rebellious son. And they on drugs now. They on crack, blows, fentanyl, doing all types of opioids. They doing all types of drugs and everything. All these different things going on. And so he's stealing out the house, and brutalizing the family, get everybody in fear. You see, and so that's an evil way that must be a evil that must be put away from amongst you, and all Israel shall hear and fear. You see, now we're gonna look into the cross reference of that verse. You see, and the precepts we got in that is all the men all the men, so shalt thou. Let's tap on that again. He's just acting a little funny. Oh, it's froze up. Yeah, see, so that's the thing that's supposed to be done. I'd like to take this time to remind you to press the like button. Okay, go ahead and press that like button, because that helps out for the algorithms of this YouTube channel. And also, press the subscription button. If you haven't already, press the subscription button. Go ahead and press the subscription button. By doing so, this helps out. This and press the notification bell, for this allows you to receive special notification alerts each time that I release a new video for your spiritual edification. Okay. Now the app, the Blue Letter app, had mysteriously stopped working and froze up, so we had to go back into this and get back down here to where we was. And we were down here by, let me see, where they should stone all the men. Okay, so we're going to look into the cross-reference precepts on that. And we got all the men, so shalt thou, all of Israel. And these are the precepts that we get on this verse, the cross-reference precepts. You see? So we're going to read some of these. We can go off and starting right here. Leviticus chapter 24, verse 16. And he that blasphemeth the name of the Lord, he shall surely be put to death. And all the congregation shall certainly stone him. You see? Stone him as the well as well the stranger shall stone him too. See? Even the stranger shall stone him. As he that is born in that land. Even the stranger should get to join in and stone you. You know what I'm saying? Stone the young fool when he blasphemeth the name of the Lord, shall be put to death. You see? You see? Because you got to stone these fools, and that's the way all these young men are here in the city of Detroit. The city of Detroit, they're out of order. Deuteronomy chapter 13, verse 10. And thou shalt stone him with stones, that he die, because he had sought to thrust thee away from the Lord thy God. You see, and that's where these young fools are. They don't have no mindset for the Lord. They try to stand bum rush against a old man, especially if it's a righteous man. You see, they try to thrust against him, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage. You see that? And the Lord has done all this for us. Verse 11, and all Israel shall hear and fear, and shall do no more any such wickedness as this is among you. You see? It is to be driven out. It's to be driven out. Deuteronomy chapter 17, verse 5. Then shalt thou bring forth that man, or that woman, you see that? Or that woman, that means you disrespectful daughters. That's defiling the land, which have committed that wickedness thing. You see, that wicked thing, the sin. It's the abominations. You see? Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 17. There shall be no whores of the daughters of Israel, and there shall be no sodomites of the sons of Israel. You see? Until thy gates, even that man or that woman, and shalt stone them with stones. You see? You see? Till they die. See, that's the Lord's plan for all this. That's his word. This is the word of the Almighty. Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Deuteronomy chapter 13, verse 5. And that prophet or that dreamer of dreams shall be put to death, because he had spoken to turn you away from the Lord your God, which brought you out of the land of Egypt, and redeemed you out of the house of bondage. You see? You see? So anybody that does that takes you away from the Lord, they ought to be stoned, to thrust thee out of the way which the Lord thy God. And a lot of these young fools, they do. They try to turn you away from the Lord by their rebellious behavior, and by them constantly trying to stifle the words of the Lord. Thy God commanded thee to walk in, so shalt thou put the evil away from the midst of thee. See, you got to put that evil away. Deuteronomy 13:11. And all Israel shall hear and fear, and shall do no more any such wickedness as this is among you. You see, all of that shall be put away. We're going to end the video off pretty soon. We're going to read a couple more of these. Deuteronomy 19:19. Then shall ye do unto him as he had thought to have done unto his brother. You see, what a fool thinks he's going to do to you, do to him. Then shall ye do unto him as he had thought to have done unto his brother. You see? You got to change the fool's mind. You know, change their thinking. They think they about to do something to you, not do something to them. You change their whole way of thinking. And so shalt thou put the evil away from among you. You see? Deuteronomy chapter 19, verse 22. And thus which remain shall hear and fear, and shall henceforth commit no more any such evil among you. You see? One more. Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 21. And then they shall bring out the damsel to the door of her father's house, and the men of her city shall stone her with stones, that she die. And this is for you rebellious ass females out there, you young little females out there who think you just got it going on so much, talking all your little mess, and think you running something, and the only thing you doing is just being disrespectful and out of order to old men. Talking shit, yes, you stand there and thumbing your cell phone, talking mess to an old man. You out of order. You out of order for that. You see? You see? You see? And the men of her city shall stone her with stones, that she die, because she had wrought folly in Israel, to play the whore in her father's house. You see? You see? You can't be sitting there playing the whore in your father's house. You see? And that's who you rebellious as young females that just think you running something. Sitting on somebody else's set. You sit and think you running something. Nope, you better watch it. So shall thou put evil away from among you. You see? So Lord's willing, you will edify by today's video. And hopefully you were provoked to thought. And hopefully you received some precepts that you can use to put together your video so that you can also feed the sheep. Remember, we are good shepherds of the Lord, and our job is to feed the sheep. This is what Yahweh told Peter. He said, Simon Peter, dost thou love me? Okay, then feed my sheep. Okay? Remember that. Feed my sheep. We must provide good grazing, good pastures for the sheep to graze. Okay? That is our job. Feed the sheep. So we'd like to give all praises and all honors to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone that taught us this truth. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom to the hopeful elect.